Hi, today I'm going to show you what the person who is injured in our house, he's my husband, what he needs within arm's reach so that he can be way more independent. So now I'm going to turn the camera around and I am back with the bedside table. So I call this the bedside table, the desk, the eating place, the storage space, the gatherer of all junk. So this is where he drinks at least one of these a day, and it's, I think, I don't know, whatever, it's big. But he loves the handle, and it's easy to clean and keep track. At one point, they all wore off. Oh yeah, right here. I have what time he should have drunk all this until, and now it's such a good system that he just knows how much to drink. This is here because I am a medical technologist by trade for decades, certainly retired now, but you just can't use this enough to keep down the UTIs. This cup is where he throws all of his pills. He has morning pills and afternoon pills and midday supplements. So he puts the pills in there and then can shoot the whole bunch in his mouth so he doesn't drop any supplements. We'll have a whole video about those. This is a Lowe's yardstick that he rounded off the edge here, and he uses it to help him get dressed, help him put his handles onto his legs. I'll show you those later. This is his brother's wonderful. He sends him a card a day, and they get stockpiled until he has a few and he goes through them. Prevent. He wears condom caths, and he was getting on his penis, he was getting bumps, and it was getting pretty red. So now I put a very thin layer of Prevent before I apply the condom cath. The powder is what I used to use. He had a colostomy on Tuesday. Today is Saturday. He's already home. And I used to sprinkle some powder on my hands so that I could get the gloves off and not have to use new gloves every time in between dig stim and all that. Now that's not a thing, so that will get taken out. He loves his head scratched, so I bought him this so I don't have to do it. I have enough to do. This is a little fan. He has the colostomy now, and I bought it in preparation of changing the appliance. And when you change the appliance, it has to be stuck to completely dry skin. And we have bling. I'm a cowgirl. I am not a blingy person, but this was the cheapest one they had on Temu. This is because the dog comes over and visits a lot and sometimes climbs up in bed and to get the stuff out. This is a TENS unit that he occasionally uses. Brush, always have to have a brush nearby. This rope, little string stuff from $1.25 from the Dollar Tree, and we've used it everywhere. It's paperwork from discharge. He was in UF Shands, and that's the bag of goodies that they sent with us. On here, I always wanted to know, I didn't want to put a hole in this desk because I never knew whether I was going to want it to be on that side or this side. So I just used an old wood clamp. My husband is a carpenter, and I hang a bag off of that so that it can have trash. This is a wonderful, wonderful bed, and we got this for free. The hospital in town was upgrading their beds because the population has gotten much heavier in the last few decades. So this bed was not good for over 250 pounds. So we got it for free. It goes up, it goes down, it's awesome. This is a slide board. This is not your typical slide board. I didn't clean up, obviously, before I did this video because I really wanted it to be real. I want to not sugarcoat anything. This is a curved slide board. We ended up making one, because he's a carpenter, about 2 feet longer so that he could transfer into my Buick. My Buick is a little SUV, and it needed to be much longer for him to make that steep incline and still have some board left underneath him. On this side, I have another trash bin if he can't reach the other one. This has a few paper towels. I think there's extra Dollar Tree glasses. Here we have a shelving system, and the shelving system, actually, this is our living room. Our living room doesn't exist anymore. We live in a very small one-bedroom cabin, so the living room has turned into the rehab room and where he sleeps. So this bin has lots of stuff in it. It has condom caths. He uses condom caths. There's two kinds. This is our favorite. Love those. A ball to exercise when he's doing nothing. Cleanse. Before he had the colostomy, there was, sometimes in the morning there was a surprise. So we have cleanse there. Here's a couple of his prescriptions, pair of glasses, alcohol prep. At night he uses the condom cath, so after I clean it out, the Foley bag, to attach to the condom cath, before I do that, I alcohol it. And like I said, I was a microbiologist, and I try to keep it clean. Maybe not physically clean, but bacteriologically clean. Wet wipes, this is my, Equate, you have to shop around, and this has no scent, no dyes, no anything. This is a wrap that he has, his legs splay out when he's in the wheelchair. So I found these online. They have a very soft, fuzzy stuff, and it's Velcro, but it's soft and fuzzy, so it doesn't irritate his skin if that touches it. These are bags to throw away the appliance from the colostomy. These are the colostomy bags. Face cloths for a myriad of things. When he eats in bed, he'll use a face cloth as a tablecloth up to his chin so that anything that spills, it's in there. Bigger ones, hand towels for if the cathing starts to go awry, you can just, stop the showers with these cloths. Chucks, I cut up chucks for everything, for pointy things, for whatever. Briefs here. His pills, these are night, these are morning, and they're tethered together with this rope, and they're tied to the side of the, I call them guardrails. And these things fall off all the time, so he can just go fishing to get them back. This is assisted stuff that I bought. This was a one-piece gizmo, but of course it broke after one use, and we just used the two pieces. And it works out great to pull things closer, to help get dressed. This is the catheters that we use, and we love them. I have a big story about those catheters, and I'll tell it in a long-form video. These are the appliances that they gave us when we left. We didn't get home till 7 or 8 last night, and I haven't put anything away. More briefs, more chucks and reachers. You can't have enough reachers. And also this bed, I just want to show you. Oh, the mattress. The mattress is a drive alternating air mattress, and I love it because if you put it on static, it's really easy for him to get out of bed. If I turn static off, it goes on to alternating air, and he has not, from being in the bed, because I don't roll him, and this is just what works for us. This is not for everybody. I'm just giving you what works for us. We never needed to roll him because the alternating air was enough, and he never got pressure sores. And this is the armada of chucks I had last night. We did the first emptying of the colostomy bag, and it took 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Nothing was spilled. I had 4 layers of chucks. I didn't know what it was going to be like. I had never seen it done. And Russ had seen it done, but had never done it. So they kicked us out pretty unprepared. But POTUS boots, he still wears POTUS boots every night. I always have the feeling like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So it ain't broke. He's never gotten a pressure sore on his heel. This we bought at a horse event because I'm a horse gal, and I thought it was really hokey. It was made by some nuns, and I couldn't help. I had to buy it from these old lady nuns, and we use it every day as a whatever. And attached to the bed is this huge, it's 4x6, and we use this thick mat. It's really thick. Put it down on the ground, and myself and PT, we help him learn how to transfer from the ground into the bed. And this is what cushions it so he doesn't get skin sheared off on his knees or his ankles or whatever. And then I got this idea from Pilates. Look up the story of Dr. Pilates. That's where Pilates yoga came from. He made these things out of wood over the beds so that people who had paralysis could continue to exercise. So I have exercise things everywhere. These are yoga blocks. He uses them when he's trying to get back into the bed. It lifts his knee up higher, so it's easier for him to pull in. This we've used for a few things. I forget what, but it's still here, so we still use it. These are those straps he puts around his legs. They have handles so that he can move the position of his feet. These are, I don't know what they're supposed to be, but we've used them. We actually wore out the Velcro on this one for lashing his legs together. And now I just found that black thing that I showed you on this thing over here that's much nicer. It doesn't leave divots in his legs. And this is the star of the show. This is the ideas I got from Dr. Pilati. He can put his legs, these are funky leg bands. They go on his thigh and on around his ankle. And you can pick up just the knee or you can pick up the ankle. And he can lay in bed and pull this down and pull his legs up. So he can exercise himself while he's laying there. I almost threw this away when we bought this trapeze. I am so glad I didn't. He uses that 10 times a day because it slides down the pipe. So he can use it here. And we have that triangle there too, but he doesn't like this one because it has whacked him in the head so many times, falling off of that pin. But this thing you put down here, and it just helps him get into bed. And this, this for the obvious, that's actually when I get on the tractor, I wear those, but he wears them sometimes too if I'm talking with friends or laughing with friends on the phone. But this is something, we attached it there, and he can exercise with this. And so, it's not pretty, and every PT person that comes in here says, I've never seen anything like this, ever, ever, ever. And we're pretty scrappy people. Everything that we have, we've gotten it by making it or altering it and whatever. So if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. And a lot of this stuff that I showed you in the video, a lot of this stuff that I showed you in the video, I am going to do long form videos, colostomy, Pilates, gizmo, supplements. I'm going to do a big one on supplements, but there's quite a few in what we talked about this morning. So anyway, have a great day, and thanks for watching. And if I can save you time, money, and worry, which I hope I have with showing you these different gizmos and how we've kind of figured it out, I hope it's helped you. So thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.